Most people think that confident people are just born that way. They have some genetic trait or some lucky circumstance that gives them an unfair advantage in life. But confidence isn't something you're born with. It's something you're built, and anyone can build it. In this video, we explain the confidence loop, how taking small actions creates competence, which in turn builds real, sustainable confidence. Let's dive in. There are three main ingredients to the confidence loop. The first two are intertwined and they work together to produce a result. The third ingredient is the result of the first two. Take a look. Taking action is the first ingredient. This can be any kind of action, but it's important to understand that the action must be deliberate. You're not going to accidentally walk into a room full of people and suddenly feel confident. That's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about intentionally putting yourself in situations where you can learn and grow. It could be as simple as talking to someone new or taking on a new project at work. Whatever it is, it's important to be intentional about the actions you take. The second ingredient is feedback. This is the information you receive from others that tells you how you're doing. It could be verbal praise or constructive criticism. It could come in the form of an email with a performance review or a casual chat with a friend. The key thing to remember here is that feedback is information that tells you how you're doing. It's important to be able to interpret this information accurately so that you can adjust your actions accordingly. These first two ingredients work together to create competence. Competence is the feeling that you get when you know that you're good at something. It's the satisfaction that comes from knowing that you can do something well. When you take action and receive feedback that tells you that you're doing well, you feel competent. And that's the key to building confidence. So how does competence lead to confidence? Well, let's take a look at this in the context of our everyday lives. Let's say you want to become more confident in your ability to speak in public. To do this, you would have to take some action. Maybe you join a public speaking club or take a class. In this scenario, joining the club or taking the class is your action. You're putting yourself out there and exposing yourself to a situation where you can learn and grow. Once you've taken this action, you need to get some feedback. This is where things can get a little tricky. If you're like most people, you'll probably get some feedback that tells you that you need to improve. And that's okay, in fact, it's a good thing. It means that you're learning and growing. But here's the important part. You need to be able to interpret this feedback accurately. You need to see it as a helpful guide rather than as a criticism of your worth. As you continue to take action, seek out feedback and learn from your mistakes, you'll eventually reach a point where you feel competent. You'll feel confident in your ability to speak in public. And that's the key to building real, sustainable confidence. It's not about feeling good for a moment. It's about building a skill that will serve you well for years to come. Now, there are a few things that can help you make the most of the confidence loop. First, it's important to set realistic expectations. Don't expect to go from feeling like a complete and total fraud to being the most confident person in the room overnight. That's not how it works. The key is to set small, achievable goals for yourself and then celebrate your successes along the way. It's also important to be patient with yourself. Building confidence takes time. There will be setbacks along the way, but that's okay. Just keep moving forward and eventually you'll reach your goals. Finally, don't be afraid to ask for help. If you're struggling to take action or make progress, reach out to a friend or family member for support. You could also consider working with a coach or therapist who can help you identify limiting beliefs and develop actionable steps to overcome them. Building confidence is a journey, not a destination. It's something that we all have to work at constantly, but it's definitely worth the effort. The benefits of confidence go far beyond just feeling good about yourself. It can help you achieve your goals, improve your relationships, and live a more fulfilling life. So if you're ready to start building your confidence, take action today. Start by setting small goals for yourself and then celebrating your successes along the way. Be patient with yourself and don't be afraid to ask for help. Remember, you can do this.